I'm Jen Carlman with InLab News. We are here at the Spigot Innovation Summit, and I'm talking to Tom Brister from Allstate. Yes. So glad to meet you. You guys have been using the Spigot technology for about a year. So tell me a little bit about how that technology is really helping drive innovation with Allstate.
Well, Jen, we at Allstate believe that our employees have some of the best ideas, and but understand that it can be difficult to get to those ideas. So our implementation of Spigot is really focused on the employees. We don't necessarily talk to the consumers or even our agents at this point with the tool, but what we do is try to engage our employees around the problems that our business partners and IT professionals are facing and get them to lend their brain power, because we believe that the weak ties that exist inside the organization are sometimes more important than what are the leaders or the centralized organizations are doing inside of the company. So we've got it set up as a kind of blitz system. We call it, inside of our organization, we call it the innovation engine. Mm-hmm. And what we do is we have the business partners tell the employees their problems, and then winning ideas go on to implementation. So as of today, we've had about 50 ideas go on to feasibility or implementation, and we've had at least one product idea that is coming out in December that'll go straight to the marketplace for our consumers.
Can you give us any indication on what that idea might be?
I can't. It's top secret. I can't talk about it, but it is definitely one of those kind of golden egg ideas that gets everybody excited and really kind of delivers on that promise that employees really are the heart of innovation.
So really optimizing that idea of collaboration. Have you noticed a difference in the morale of the people now that they feel like, wow, my voice is really being heard?
Oh, absolutely. The key there is a couple of things. One is their interactions with the leadership. People get to be involved with the conversation that many times they just wouldn't be. And there's a very authentic aspect to that when a frontline employee gets to talk to a senior vice president or something like that. The one example I always like to talk about is we recently did a blitz in which our mobile application, our iPhone app, team asked for input from the employee base. And one of the 19 ideas that were implemented into the iPhone app came from a trial lawyer in New York. And the idea that that person would ever get to sit in a room with an IT leader and get to share their input on what should be in an iPhone app is nearly impossible before a tool like Spigot came along. So that's a kind of proof in the pudding moment that you can't, you just can't replicate. And then, the other one is when leaders get to have that moment where they see the brain power and the experience their employees put forward. That builds their faith and trust in these kinds of systems.
In the market today where so many companies are struggling, give me an idea of kind of the ROI that you guys see from using this kind of technology, the benefit that you can see for your bottom line.
Well, obviously, whenever you do have a strong idea that comes out that goes straight to a product or a service, that is, from our perspective, one of the biggest wins. But process improvement is also very valuable because those processes tend to be well articulated, and so when you can shorten the process or take out a cost in it, you can articulate that value in particular. But then there are a lot of softer value statements that you have to really start thinking about when you turn on a tool like Spigot, and this is around employee engagement. One of the big uses that we see is what we call discovery, and that's the moment when the project is about to get off the ground, but because we're such a large organization, you realize that it might take 100 people or 1,000 people to actually make and build a good product, service, or process improvement. And so if you use the Spigot tool, you can do a better job at discovering who those people are inside the organization and roping them in early so that your project is stronger and you have a better chance of getting it moved forward without leaving a key stakeholder out of the exercise. And that, I wouldn't say that was an intended purpose that we started out with, but as we've learned to use the tool, we've seen that become a kind of a mainstay in our consulting approach and how we use Spigot.
Tom, thanks so much, and we look forward to seeing what you guys are coming out with in December.
That was a pleasure. Thank you so much.